All right, so we're doing the lesson 5.4, multiplying and dividing polynomials. So we're going to multiply these two polynomials. Whenever you see two polynomials that have two terms, when you multiply them, the easiest way to multiply them is with FOIL. Firsts are 2k times 8k, which is 16k squared. Outsides, these two, is 2k times negative 3 is negative 6k. Insides are negative 2 times 8k, which is negative 16k. And lasts is negative 2 times negative 3, which is positive 6. Combine these two like terms and you get 16k squared minus 22k plus 6. 16k squared minus 22k plus 6. Number 2, an easier multiplication. All you need to do, since it's not a binomial times a binomial, is to just distribute this inside both parts. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. X to the 4 times 5, which should be 4 plus 5, 9. Then negative 2 times positive 5 is negative 10, x to the 4th. So our answer, oops, I can do it the other way around. So our answer will be negative 8 x to the 9th minus 10x to the 4th. Number 3, now we've got a binomial multiplication, and then after we get done with it, we have to multiply it by a monomial. So it's easier to do the binomial times the binomial first. Let's FOIL it. M times m is m squared. M times negative 6 is negative 6m. 4 times m is 4m. And 4 times negative 6 is negative 24. So we have m squared minus 2m, combine these two, minus 24. We're going to multiply that by m, and we get m cubed minus 2m squared minus 24m. M cubed minus 2m squared minus 24m. Next one is another binomial. So we'll FOIL it, and we get 5c times 6c is 30c squared. 5c times 4 is 20c. Negative 2 times 6c is negative 12c. And negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. Combine these two, we get 30c squared plus 8c minus 8. C squared plus 8c minus 8. Number 5. Find the following product. Okay, so it wants us to do it on the screen. Negative 5 times negative 1 is positive 5. No, it doesn't want us to do it on the screen. It wants us to write the whole thing down there on the bottom. All right, so when you have a multiplication like this, you have to do each part by each part. I'm going to rewrite it so that it's big enough for me to do everything. We're going to have 9 separate multiplications here. the negative 1 times each part. Negative 1 times negative 5 is positive 5. Negative 1 times negative t is positive t. Negative 1 times positive 8t squared is negative 8t squared. 8t times negative 5 is negative 40t. 8t times negative t is negative 8t squared. 8t times 8t squared is 64t cubed. 6t squared times negative 5 is negative 30t squared. 6t squared times negative t is negative 6t cubed. 6t squared times 8t squared is 48t to the fourth. So we have 48t to the fourth plus 58t cubed minus 46t squared minus 39t plus 5. Okay. All right, so it's 48t to the fourth plus 58t cubed minus 46t squared minus 39t plus 5. Next one. Find the product here. I like these kind because the middle terms cancel out whenever you have a number that's the same. Oh, come on now. A number that's the same multiplied by itself. Okay, so when we FOIL this, if you notice, this is exactly the same. The only difference is this one is plus and this one is minus. So we take the 5r times 5r is 25r squared. 5r times negative 3f is negative 15rf. 3f times 5r is 15rf. And 3f times negative 3f is negative 9f squared. These two cancel out. So our answer is 25r squared minus 9f squared. 25r squared minus 9f squared. Next one is a square of a binomial. When you square a binomial, you get the first term squared, you get the last term squared, and you get twice the first term times the last term, which would be 6x. And I'll show you how that works with FOIL. The firsts are x times x, which is x squared. The outsides are x times 3, which is 3x. The insides are 3 times x, which is 3x. And the lasts are 3 times 3, which is 9. And that's how you get x squared plus 6x plus 9. So our answer is x squared plus 6x plus 9. Okay, now we're going to do function multiplication, which is just like the multiplication we've been doing. F times g of x, we're going to take f, 8x minus 8, times g, which is x minus 6. And we can FOIL it. First, 8x times x is 8x squared. Outsides is 8x times negative 6 is negative 48x. Insides is x times negative 8 is negative 8x. And lasts is negative 6 times negative 8 is positive 48. These two combine to be negative 56x. So we have 8x squared minus 56x minus 48. Nope, plus 48. Number 9. Now we're going to f times g of negative 6. Now it doesn't really matter which way you do it. Maybe I'll show you both ways. I don't know. Let's see here. Come on. If we did f of negative 6, we would have negative 6 squared minus 4, which is 36 minus 4 is 32. Negative 6 minus 2 is negative 8. So 32 times negative 8, I have to do that on the calculator. I forget what it is, 256. The other way to do it would be to take f times g, x squared minus 4 times x minus 2, and we can FOIL that. And we get x squared times x is x cubed. X squared times negative 2 is negative 2x squared. X times negative 4 is negative 4x. And negative 4 times negative 2 is 8. So we're going to have negative 6 cubed minus 2 times negative 6 squared minus 4 times negative 6 plus 8. Let's put that into our calculator. So parentheses, negative 6, close parentheses, squared, minus 2 parentheses, negative 6, close parentheses, squared, minus 4 times negative 6 plus 8. Ooh, we got negative 4. Something happened there. X cubed minus 2x squared minus 4x plus 8. Let me go through my math again. Oh, I see. I have, my first one I have squared. I should have had a cube there. 3, 8. Now it worked out. Yeah, negative 256. Okay, so our answer is negative 256. Number 10. Now we've got a division problem. There's two ways to do the division. I'll show you both of them. The first way is to just, since this is a monomial on the bottom, we could take 15a to the 5th over 5a minus 5a to the 4th over 5a plus 10 over 5a. And we get 3a to the 4th minus a to the 3rd plus 2 over a. The other way to do it would be using long division. 5a goes into 15a to the 5th minus 5a to the 4th plus 10. Okay, 5 goes into 15 3 times, and then a to the 4th. Subtract, that goes away. And then you have minus 1. That'll take care of the 5's. And then a to the 3rd, we'll make that a to the 4th, and that'll go away. And then plus 10 over a over 5a, which you can simplify. 10 divided by 5 is 2. You get the same answer either way. So let's fill it in. And we get 3a to the 4th minus a to the 3rd plus fraction 2 over a. Number 11. Now we've got a long division that we have to do the long division way, because when you've got a binomial going into a polynomial, you have to divide it out. So we have 8x plus 5 goes into 8x cubed minus 43x squared minus 102x minus 45. We look just at the 8x, and how does that go into here? Well, it goes into here, x squared times. 8x times x squared is 8x cubed. X squared times 5 is plus 5x squared. Now we're going to subtract, so that changes that to a subtraction sign. These go away, and you get negative 48x squared. How many times does 8 go into 48? It goes in there 6 times. So it'll be 6x. 6x times, negative 6x times 48 is negative 48x squared. Negative 6 times 5 is negative 30x. Now we're going to subtract, which changes these to plus. These go away, and we have 102 minus 30 is negative 72x. 8 goes into 72 9 times, so negative 9. Negative 9 times 8x is negative 72x minus 45. Change the signs and add them. This goes away, and this goes away, so our answer is x squared minus 6x minus 9. Now, if you are somebody who didn't get long division in grade school, this is going to be pretty tough for you if you always used a calculator for dividing, because these long divisions, this is the only way to do these long divisions. There is no other way to do it. So we've got 3c plus 5 goes into 3c squared plus 17c plus 20. All right, 3 times 3 is 1c, or just c you could say. And we get 3c squared plus 5c. Add those two together. Subtract. And we get, these go away, and we get 12c plus 20. 3 goes into 12 4 times, so plus 4. 3 times 4 is 12c plus 20. Subtract, so change the signs and those go away, so our answer is c plus 4. Number 13, another long division. 5x plus 4 goes into 20x cubed minus 24x squared minus 62x minus 24. 5 goes into 20, 4 times, and we need it to be 4x squared. 4x squared times 5x is 20x cubed. 4x squared times 4 is 16x squared. Change the signs. These go away, and we have negative 40x squared. So we're going to need a minus 8x. Negative 8x times 5x is negative 40x squared. Negative 8 times 4 is negative 32x. Change the signs and add them. These go away. Negative 32 plus 32 is negative 30x minus 24. I'm just going to bring down the minus 24. So minus 6, negative 5 times, or negative 6 times 5 is negative 30x. Negative 6 times 4 is negative 24. Change the signs and add them, and they both go away. So here's our answer. Oops. So our answer is 4x squared minus 8x minus 6. Number 14, another division problem. X minus 1 goes into x cubed plus blank x squared, 0, x squared, plus x minus 2. Notice there's a missing term. So now we're going to get x squared. X squared times x is x cubed. X squared times negative 1 is negative x squared. Subtract by changing that sign. These go away. 0 plus x squared is x squared. So now we've got plus x. X times x is x squared. X times negative 1 is negative x. Change the signs. These go away. X and x is 2x. I'm going to bring down the minus 2. I should have brought down the plus x here also, but I didn't. And then so plus 2, 2 times x is 2x. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Change the signs and add them. They both go away. So our answer is x squared plus x plus 2. Number 15. Another last long division. Here we go. Oops. Nine x plus 3 goes into 27x cubed minus 36x squared minus 78x minus 21. 3x squared times. 9 times 3 is 27x cubed. 3 times 3 is 9x squared plus. So we change the signs and add them. These go away. We have negative 45x squared. So that's going to be minus 5x. 5 times 9 is negative 45x squared. Negative 5 times 3 is negative 15x. Change the signs and add them. Those go away. 78, negative 78 and 15 is negative 63x. So minus 7. Negative 7 times 9 is negative 63x. Negative 7 times 3 is negative 21. Change the signs and add them. These go away, and these go away. So here's our answer. Oops. So our answer is 3x squared minus 5x minus 7. And that is the end of the lesson.